How's it going? Got one call today, and it's a Western Diamondback. We're in Cave Creek in an area that I'm pretty familiar with. There is a couple of neighborhoods up here that there's a big construction project going on, and it's pushing rattlesnakes into weird places. So this guy, it was pretty clear that where he was at was not where he wanted to be spending the winter. So he managed to survive in a certain area, but it's not where he wants to be. So I'm just glad he survived. But yeah, we're up in this area a lot, and will be a lot more this year just because of the way that it is. I mean, every time you build something out here, there's going to be the animals that live there are going to go somewhere. So let me put this around and I'll grab him, and we'll go out and find a spot. And it's really dry, so he gets a little bit of a bonus just for having to deal with me. So bad he's in a dirty bucket. I wish it was not dirty, but this time of year we're really busy with our education programs, and I haven't fully transitioned everything into snake relocating mode. So I'm going to point it at the ground just because where I'm at has some kind of telltale things that would indicate where I'm at, and I really don't want people to know where I'm doing this. Some of that's just because people have the wrong idea and they think that I'm gonna, that there's one rattlesnake that lives in this whole area, and you releasing it back to where it's from is gonna kill their dogs and kids and stuff. Obviously not the case. If you live out here, you're gonna have snakes occasionally. You might recognize some of this stuff though from other videos. This is a place that I've released snakes to before, and the reason why I've released snakes to this area before is because they're all from that same development. They're all being pushed into yards because of the same situation. So this is on another area of state trust land that is hopefully not going to be developed for a little while, but it gets kind of tough because we try to release things as close as possible to where they're not going to go back into someone's property, but the way that the private and state land is distributed through a lot of this area means that we're just kind of putting things off. I mean, if we take all the snakes that are pushed out of one area and move them to another one, and half of them survive, and then they sell that land to be developed in a few years, we're just kind of wasting time. So it's not ideal. I really wish that there was some more work done. I mean, that's something we want to do, but more work done with understanding longer distance relocations and how that might be possible, because that would alleviate a lot of these problems. Okay. I mean, something like that, come on, that's like, this is the kind of thing you do if you're trying to attract rattlesnakes. Like if you got some property, like, this place could use a bunch of rattlesnakes. The only thing you could do is, better than that, would be put a pile of dead rodents on top of it. Max, I have seen a speckled rattlesnake in February. They're not usually out on the crawl, but it was like 2 years ago now. Might have been earlier, I don't know. There's a spot that we know there's a little den of them, more of an area, and I found a baby speckled out on, I think it was the 11th of February. And any snake is capable of being dug up by a developer at any moment too. So these snakes, like this diamondback, it doesn't mean it's active. It's one that was pushed out. Okay, I think this junk pile is the winner. It's a bunch of stuff on top of, looks like some chopped up palm whatever it is, it's really nice and insulated. And it would make a very nice temporary house for this diamondback. There's one more reason to not let people dump illegally in an area, because it makes places for rodents and snakes to live. So he's gonna be in a bunch of water. You saw me pour that in there, that's why. But I got one rock from the homeowner's yard too. Really nice looking diamondback, very healthy considering. Thank you, Becca. That was fun. We should do that again sometime. Good turnout. When you run out of chairs, that's always good. Okay. All right, don't just go back in. Let's go towards the freedom area. The rattle really doesn't work very well when it's wet. It's just dry segments clicking against each other, so when it's wet it really lessens that effect. There's a really good hole right there for him to go to. As soon as he sees it, he's out of here. Or she, rather, it looks like a lady. There's a lot of good stuff there. I'll leave her to it, and I think I'm gonna go clean this bucket out. It's still dirty, so if it's still dirty next time I release a snake, somebody should write me some hate mail or something. All right, see you later.